I do think Sisters of Mercy are gospel women. They're real women who connect with the world and who grapple with the suffering in our world. And they're vitally connected to, I believe, the call, what God wants us to be about. And we're living in the world and growing in our own faith, in our understanding the meaning of what we're all about together, and growing in love as loving people and being able to be of service. I'm Sister Áine O'Connor, and I'm a Sister of Mercy of the Americas. I've been a Sister of Mercy for over 23 years, and I really have delighted in this vocation and feel very blessed to have been called to be a Sister of Mercy. I met the Sisters of Mercy, I would say, through my own aunt, who I grew up with, even though she lived in Australia. A very joy-filled woman, dedicated to service and full of love. And she taught myself and my sisters how to dance years ago. And so that was my first encounter with the Sisters of Mercy. As an adult, I met the Sisters of Mercy when I came to do research work in swallowing disorders in Atlanta, Georgia. I ended up in a Sister of Mercy hospital. And from the moment I entered the doors of that hospital, I knew there was something very special about the work of mercy. We were all invited into that work, whether it was in our encounters with the patients, walking the hallways, and I felt fully alive in that environment, called to be mercy. I also got the opportunity during that time to do volunteer work on the streets in Atlanta, and we went out in a mobile van. And when I went out onto the streets, especially the first night, and I encountered people knocking on the van to get help, healthcare assistance, I couldn't believe the plight of the people, the poverty. I got to encounter the heart of the people. Many were newly arrived immigrants, and I really was torn apart with questions about, why people had to live in this way. And I knew that night I had a choice to either sleep, have a grand sleep, or to stay awake, to wrestle with what I'd seen. And I chose to stay awake and wrestle. I think God had a good hand in that. And so I did choose to enter the Sisters of Mercy, and I have never looked back. Today I serve as a member of the leadership team of the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas, and I'm based here in Silver Spring, Maryland. And here we help guide the community to talk about what our life means to one another, how we're called to serve. In particular, of great concern to us is what's happening to our earth, what's happening to our climate, to our water. Because we know through our faith and through our spiritual experience, we know through our life that we are radically interconnected and in harmony with earth and with nature.